time. I just want to make sure I can find where we are. Lovely. Notification flashed up, so that's working a treat. Hello, Dawn. Happy Friday. So nice to see you here. Goodness. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. I'm still getting used to this YouTube bit. I'm a bit stayed in my ways, I think. Hi, Sarah. Annette, hi, welcome. I hope you've had nice weather in Sweden today. We certainly have here. Well, in the Midlands we have. Hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, it's nice to see you all here. Hi, Ma. Terry. Happy Stamper, good evening. Welcome, welcome, Stella. Insa, hi. Yay, Sylvia, welcome. It won't be the same without you. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Linda. Good. It's all working, isn't it? It's coming together now. Thank goodness. Hello, Utah. Elizabeth, I love Utah. I've been Salt Lake. Been skiing up there. Very nice. Beautiful place. Hi, Ian. Warm in Kent. Yeah, it's been warm here. It's been lovely. Steve and I actually had breakfast outside this morning. A late breakfast, or a brunch, when he came round. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. Jacqueline, hi. Hi, Chris. Right, one more minute. We'll get everybody in, and then we'll start. We have a bit of experimenting to do tonight. Oh, well done, Moira. Hi, Kay. You just had a snowstorm. Oh, Elizabeth, I bet the skiing is awesome. I haven't been for a while now. Hi, Susan. Oh, dear. I've had a beautiful day here. I was tempted to start cleaning the garden, but I like to leave it, I think, another couple of weeks. And maybe the insects will start waking up. I don't want to disturb them. They have a rough enough time without me helping them. Well, that's my excuse for not working too hard on the garden too early. Welcome, everybody. So, on the recent poll, you wanted to use acrylic paint with a gel press. So, that's what we're going to do. This is a couple of presses. So, I've got plenty of paper. So, don't worry if we get the first one done real quick, because I've got plenty more paper, and like I say, we can experiment a bit. So tonight I'm going to be using the elliptical gel press. I love it. It's a bit funky look. I think so. So if we get it right on our plate first, I love the lines. It really does help centralise it. There, perfect. Right, so we're going to use multifarious. I've cut it into a DL size, as is my want. I'm going to need a brayer, an old brayer. That's what, hi Michelle, that's what I tend, this is my acrylic brayer. Anytime you use acrylic, be ready with lots of water to clean up, because once it dries, it does become permanent. So one or two things before we start. If you haven't met the gel press before, it's actually, like it says on the packet, jelly. Some things to note are the gel press has a memory. So if I was to leave that resting on there, it would pick up the shape and you would never get rid of it. No amount of squashing it between heavy books is going to work. The other thing, if you buy a big one and decide you want smaller ones, cutting it never ends well. I've seen lots of people try. I've never seen one successfully manage it yet. So let's not go there. Right, colours. So we've got the Lavinia Stamps acrylic paint, the chalk acrylic paint, and I've got some pretty colours tonight. So we've got Honeybee and Water Lily, Parisian, Hollyberry, and Snow White. Now there's all sorts of acrylics you can use on your gel press, not just these if you haven't got them. I always get that question, what can I use instead? Well, any acrylics. Just be mindful that you don't need an awful lot. It is exciting stuff. Hello, young man. It's our Rob. Hi, Rosemary. So we're just going to add a little, just a little blob. There you go, about pea-sized, big pea, honeybee. And I'm going to put some hollyberry on there. We're going to start with some fiery colours. If I can get the fluff off, you can tell the cat's been in it. There, that is plenty. So, you're not sure why anybody would use it? Well, let's watch and you'll see. Gel presses have been around a long time. We used to use one in university. It was massive. It was huge. I think it was an A2. Absolutely humongous thing. We used to do all sorts of material pressing. You can use them on anything, just about. And because I know and understand gel presses, I've got a bit of black paper, and it is just paper, not card, to clean my brayer off, because you get some real nice arty prints. Real nice. Your inks tend to be translucent, shallow. Acrylics are more solid. Now, it depends what acrylics you use as to whether you can stamp on it. These acrylics you can stamp on, and that's why I like them so much. So I'm going to pop my tall leaf stencil on there. And I'm going to do a first generation press or a print. The other thing with this, every time you pull a print, it is an actual print, so you become an artist. Ink pads and brush, no, they're not the same. They're really not the same. It's the big birthday on. Has you caught me up, Adele? Oh dear. So the first print, it is actually in its own right quite pretty, and with a bit of other ink swooshed on it, or even just layers on that, it's quite nice. So I'm going to move that to one side a second, and I'm going to leave this on. Now this time I'm going to use one of the spongy pads, and I'm going to pop a little bit of paint on my mat, and I'm going to pick it up and leaving the mask on there, I'm just going to pop some paint down just to deepen those colours off. You can layer upon layer upon layer with a gel press, and you can use all sorts of things on it. If you've got some bubble wrap, it's great with bubble wrap. Anything that can make an impression. The blunt end of a pen, write in it, but don't forget to mirror write, because everything you do on here is going to be backwards. What else can you, oh, you can use anything, absolutely anything. So I've added a bit more colour. Now this time, because I've used my mat, I can go exactly the same place and squish it down again. Oh, I'm on the big telly, am I? Hello, Mum. I would if I had a mum. See how cool is that? It's funky, isn't it, already? peel off our mask, and don't forget, like I say, you need to clean that straight off because it'll take some scraping else. Just water and a rub will get it off. But the quicker you can do it, the better. I do usually have a bowl of water at the side of me when I'm using acrylic paint, but I haven't tonight. So it'll have to be paper and water. But that comes off a treat. So now hopefully this should be nice and dry on there. That's what we want. So this is the print that we're after. And to lift that print, we can't just put that down on paper now. It wouldn't work. So what we need to do is to reignite that paint. And to do that, we're going to use more paint. So you can use any colour you like. We can use a nice pearl. You're better off when you do this bit, pull a print from a lighter colour, or we can use white. I'm going to go for white this time. You're so right, Kay. Good evening, by the way. So we're just going to give it a little drizzle of white. And again, my trusty brayer. And I'm just going to really lightly, you only want a thin layer. That's it. If you kept going, you'd clean your gel press. And that's on my black paper. Look at this black paper already. How funky is that? It's great, isn't it? We've got a fresh piece of card. Flip that over. And we'll place it in the middle. This you can't do with ink too well. You certainly can't build up the layers like you can with acrylics. Make sure that's down everywhere, and then we can pull our print. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at the colours in that. Glorious, isn't it? It's even picked up the circles from the sponge. Anything can make a pattern in it. It just looks amazing. And lo and behold, my gel press is clean too. That's what it does. So what can we do with it once we've got this far? Well, there's all sorts you can do with it now. We can stamp on it. We can colour it. I've got a little bit of baby pink VersaFine. Just rub off that paintbrush. Beautiful, isn't it? And every time it'll be different. You never ever get the same result twice. With a bit of practice, you sort of guess what's coming next. So we're going to add just a little bit of colour. This is permanent ink I'm using on it. You don't have to. You can use your elements. I just love this colour. Pretty. I've also got Chianti to go with those reds. And I think this one, we can go around the edge a little. That's dead right. We made a decision as a team that this way, a lot of what I do is portrait anyway. So that's how we're working. It keeps it nice and clear. You get a better quality recording. I'm sure it'll be reviewed at some point if you think it's not working for you. Hi Sarah, welcome. There, that little blue, that bit of blue really does make it pop. And I think I'm going to add some pine cone. Just to really take those edges in. Gives it some real nice depth. And it makes those colours jump out. I made a list of everything you suggested. And I'm ticking them off bit by bit. In the Mandy's Makes, the AMSRs, and of course on our lives. So I'm hoping, actually, I'm going to add a little bit of that dark brown down this side. Not too much. Fabulous. Wow. They're just great fun to play with. Great fun. So just to prove that you can stamp on it, this is autumn fall. I still like the bit of paper. Look at that. I reckon that would make a fabulous work of art. Great fun. Nocturne. This is one of my first fairies I ever had. She's still probably my favourite. I'm going to pop her down right in the middle. It is like a rugby ball, isn't it? It's great if you want to do an oval wreath. Make great wreath backgrounds. Now I think that paint was still a little wet. The white has come through a little, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. I can see it. I bet you can too. I've got some words too, and I've buried the packet. What are these called? Forbidden Secrets. And I think we ought to go with the Chianti. Very pretty. There. That's plenty. And I've also got the sycamore leaf that comes with the fairy autumn fall. So we can have a couple of these dotted about also. The rules and threes of fives. I don't know who made that rule up, but it works. There. Right, now just got to make sure that's dry. The one thing with it being on this paint, sometimes it can keep it just a little damp, that ink. So just give it a little blot. There you go, see, just a little. And then it's ready to work on. So for this one, we're doing all right. I'm just going to have a swig of drink. I've got a cup of tea, a lovely cup of tea. I keep having coughing bouts still. They're not as bad, but they're still there. So this is a gold pen, and I like to pick out some of this fabulous detail. And add a little bit of sparkle and luxury at the same time. You could use your gold leaf, flakes, whatever you like best, but today I thought I'd go back with my pen. Just easier to pick all these fabulous shapes up. And it just adds another dimension to this print. See, it's not just the background, is it? It's part of the whole design. I love how you see the layers of the paint just build up as they do. That's plenty, I think. Oh, I need a little bit more up here. Don't look finished else. That's better. If I show you that up close, you should be able to see. I'm hoping that gold there you go, got it. Just keep wiggling, keep wiggling. And I've got a gold Posca pen. And then we can add our highlights in gold also. Marvellous. I love her boots. Excellent. There. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, please, and a like. That'd be lovely. And subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Only I think most of you are subscribed to Lavinia Stamps now. So that's one way of using the paints. I hope you like that. It's lovely to make. It's lovely to do. You never quite know. So should we have another play? We've still got this one, so we can add to that. So we've got our gel press. Let's find another stencil too. So I've got a box of stencils here. There, that's a nice one. Flowers. Yeah, that one's fine. Ooh, losing my cushion. So this time, if we have the yellow would look nice on top of all those colours. So I'm just going to go yellow direct to the gel press. You don't need a lot, just a little. Spread it out. Get your piece of paper. Clean your brayer. Add some more colour to it. Now this time, we're going to pick that up. I'm going to put the card down first. Then I'm going to put the stencil. And then we're going to go back in with the yellow. And give it a good firm squish. So we're left with a little flick of colour. But look at this. That's on the stencil, on the gel press now. So there's one pattern. Now what colour shall we use this time? How about water lily? Thanks guys, much appreciated. Just help keep it on there, I do believe. So now again, I'm just going to tap that through. And lift. Now this one, if we get our mega artwork, we can try and clean it off. Doesn't always work. Nah, not wet enough. Never mind, we tried. It's always worth having a go, because you never know. Leaving the paint on your stencil won't damage it. It will clog it up over time, mind. So don't forget, give it a good clean as you go. Now, do you want to try a darker colour to pull the press this time? Like I say, I've got plenty of card at the ready. Look at that. It's quite amazing. Or should we go? We'll stay soft. We'll go with the white again. Oh, you want it on blue. You want blue on it? Okay, I'll go blue. If you want blue, just waiting for that to dry a second or two. We don't want to lose the shape that we've got. A cool air dryer works if you're in a rush, but it doesn't usually take very long, so don't worry. That'll do. Does the acrylic, that's right, there's a clean off easy. Do you have to work quickly? What if the paint dries on the gel? Right, we're wanting the paint to dry. That's what we want to happen. Does it clean off? If you clean it off your equipment straight away, yes. If you leave it on, no. On the gel press, the actual paper lifts it all off. So that's not a problem either. I always use an older brayer, so it doesn't matter that it gets layers of paint on it. And when we put the wet paint on top, this is what reignites the paint underneath. So you're working backwards. So your first layer is the layer you're going to see on the top. The layer you're burying is the one on top. So again, we can lift it up, put our card on and see what we get this time. And this is the best thing, when you get your gel press out with your acrylic paints, the best thing to do is to play, is to keep going. Make yourself quite a few backgrounds. Have a good play, because the more you do, the more you'll find out and the more exciting it gets. So let's do that. Look at that. And I actually love it because we've got a missing bit. You can go back. It might still lift it. It might. Nah, it's too dry. But that is just beautiful. The layers. And that, if I go and get one of the element inks and a brush. Let's see, what should we use? There you go, that one's at the top. A cushion keeps falling off my chair every time I stand up. So we can use our elements with it. Look at that. Stunning. It's like an old mosaic. Acrylics do dry quickly. These aren't as bad as some of the normal paint acrylics you get in bottles, in the squeeze, you know, the toothpaste type packaging. But you can get some medium that you mix with your paint, and it's called opener. And it keeps the paint open for longer, and open means wet. You can use it for longer. So again, what should we use on this? Let's try the brown still. Make sure the font's the right way up. That could have been embarrassing. It almost looks like an Easter egg. Almost. I love blues and browns together. Poppy says hello, everyone. Yes, Poppy. She's come to tell me that the fire's running out. Could I go and put another log on because she's getting cold? I can speak, cat. Your foils would be nice for this. There, look at that for a magic background. Dibs. Everybody says hi, Poppy. So, play, have fun. We haven't done with this one yet. I think if we go lilac on this now. Oh, sorry, knocking you about. Trying to pull my sleeves up. So I'm going to leave that paint on there. If you want that to come off, all you do is put a little bit of water, wipe it, comes off. I'm going to put a good amount of paint on. A bit of dried paint in there as well. Never mind. It all adds to texture. There. If I kept spraying, it would actually lift all that paint off. We don't want to do that. These acrylic boards were a genius idea. To be able to lift them up, turn them over, makes life so much easier. Wow. See, look, we've even picked up some from that other one. So it just gets more and more interesting. We're not we're not dibsing today. I can't send them out all the time, I'm afraid. Cost me a fortune in postage. But yes, we'll do another one again every now and again. Dibs means they would like me to post it on to them. They want it, is what it means. Some of them, actually, the ones that don't get sent out to you, go along to a friend, and she makes them up into cards, and they're sold for the air ambulance. So they're not going to waste, I promise. So we can see some of that yellow, and that's dry pretty much immediately as soon as you're done. You could, let's have some of that white, see if the white will work, see if it'll pick it up. Might not pick it up, but we'll have a go. So we'll put a layer of white down. Now you can use stamps in your paint, but you must remember to wash them immediately. The paint will stick to the stamp. I'm not going to do it this time, but what we can do is use our brush. You can see it's drying, and we're actually getting a squiggly pattern on there. So again, let it dry. Give it a little waft. It needs a bunny. We've got a bunny somewhere. And I think a little yellow on top. It's all about the layers. Wow. Look at that for Easter egg yellow. Funky. Actually, do you want to see what that's going to print like on black? If you add black card, well, it's beautiful on black card. there you go. Look at that. If we'd have done that on the round one, it'd look like the moon or the sun, wouldn't it? Let's find a bunny. We've got creatures. Let's see what they there's a bunny. Good job, everything's in arm's reach. Steve wishes I'm quiet. It don't happen very often. Do the elements bleed on other papers? You mentioned that VersaFine Clear does not. The difference between VersaFine and Elements is a water-based ink. VersaFine is a permanent oil-based ink. So once you've used VersaFine Clear, it's permanent. No amount of water will move it. Elements, water will move it, however old it is. So the difference is one's water-based and one's not. Look at him. So if you want to be able to move it, use your water-based. If you want it to stay exactly where you put it, use the permanence. Oh, look. How cute's he? He needs some flowers, don't you think? What flowers have we got? Oh, we've got a flower. We've got lots of flowers. Have I got a flower? Oh, come on. Where are you at? Oh, there you go, some poppies. They're pretty. Garden poppies. Lovely. And then if we go and fetch a paintbrush, we can finish that off. Ooh, grabbed an handful of paintbrushes then. We can use our gel press as a palette. I know I've got some water here somewhere. So our acrylic paints are exceptionally versatile. Say not all acrylic paints, they all work on gel press, but not all of them can be stamped on. Dawn, what do you like? You're more than welcome. I'm not in all weekend though now. Back in on Monday. Look, how cute's that? Albeit on a piece of paper. But on the centre. There you go. Bit of gold grass. Just because we can. There you go. Now we've got some wrapping paper. For an Easter egg, it's very flimsy paper, this. But look how lovely that works on a dark paper. And that swirl looks like we've used a stencil too. So one more thing to show you. Whilst we've got the red on there. Be rude not to. It's removing that older ink. See how it lifts it? There you go, we've got it going again. I love some of these papers that you get. They're great for your junk journals too. So now if I wanted to make another card, but I want to put a mask on it, I want a clean strip for some words. Rip a piece of paper, pop it down on our card. Ooh, there you go. And you get your automatic stripe. Don't know if this pen works. This boy, it's a happy egg. So you can see you can do such a lot with one little gel press and just a handful of acrylic paints. Stamps, no stamps. I do like that one. I love how that one came out. Or even the one we actually set out to make in the first place. So as you can see, once you get your gel press out, it's very hard to put it away. Get yourself a stack of beautiful backgrounds and have a play. Enjoy it. It's great fun, it really is. And let me show you how I finish off my gel press. Gosh, look at all them. Can we do well? It's lovely, it is. Gel press with some paint on. Water, tissue and wipe. If you leave it on, it gets all crusty around the edge, and when you pull a press, when you pull it's lovely because you get all this texture come off as well. So if you're into grungy stuff, go for it. And it actually works really nice. Now it's mobile, it's great for your journal too. So I hope you enjoyed that. One more quick reminder, our brayer cleaning on black card, single colour with a stripe, multiple layers, one or two with some element inks. Look how bright that makes that pop, and the one we set out to make in the first place. Thank you so very much for being with me tonight. It's been a fabulous evening. do have an amazing weekend. Look forward to seeing you on Monday. Now, on Monday, I'm going to be playing with dinkles. Now, it doesn't matter if it's dinkles or brushos. And I'm going to show you how to do some trees with a little bit of a difference. So come and see me if you've got time. Monday lunch, come and join me right here, and we'll have a play with some dinkles. So have fun, everybody. Have a great weekend. It's been lovely seeing you tonight. Take care now. Bye.